everyone, this is Monica Ward
and Nicholas Ward.
We are co-chefs this evening for Monica's homemade bolognese sauce, which is a totally taken from the P90X portion approach. We measure out our meat and our marinara sauce and put it over a delicious amount, a perfectly sized portion of P90X whole grain pasta. Right, Nikki?
Yeah!
So, Nikki is a very good add the ingredients.
All right, let's add some ingredients.
All right.
What inspired this?
Well, Mom wanted us to color, and I said that Garfield started mocking me when he was eating that spaghetti and inspired us to make some of our spaghetti.
So this is bolognese a la Garfield?
Yes.
Okay.
He's covered in... Why is he sitting in a plate?
I think he likes spaghetti a lot.
Yes, but why is he sitting in it?
I don't know, because he's a silly boy. What do we got, Mama?
All right, so one thing that we're going to do right now is I'm going to add this part to it. We're going to add some lean...
Yeah.
What?
Go ahead.
We're going to add some lean ground beef. I really like to use the ratio of 90-10 or leaner. You need to be careful because that's hot, okay?
It's fine.
Okay, so it's a 10% fat content in the meat.
Yes.
And what are we doing with it here?
We're going to cook it in olive oil, which is just a small amount of olive oil. And then we're going to, we got some diced tomatoes. And I really like to use diced tomatoes because you can very much control the sodium content of how much you're putting in. Plus, it just takes on the flavor of what you put in. So Nicholas is going to add in the garlic and the basil.
What are we adding in here, Nicholas?
Ready?
Nicholas?
He's also masterfully coloring. So add the garlic and the basil, son.
Can you put the garlic and the basil in there, buddy?
My fingers?
Yes.
Totally, with your fingers.
Just drop them in there.
It's slippery.
Just go ahead and drop
get
them
it in there. Good job.
One by one. Garlic. Where did you get these little cubes?
They're also from Trader Joe's in the frozen section, so I always have fresh herbs. And it just adds amazing flavor. The truth is, though, the kids don't know that you've added a lot of savory flavor, except Nicholas knows, because that's part of being a co-chef, is he knows the secrets of all the herbs and spices that go into making cooking taste good.
The secret's out.
The secret is out, but he told me today that he is no longer calling me mommy. He's now calling me mom, which means that if he can handle that kind of transition in his life, that big...
Mom, are you seriously doing this? That's just... announcing that I'm going to call you mom?
You announced it.
That's kind of weird.
What's weird?
That you announced that I was calling you
sorry.
mom.
Sorry to let you into our secret life. All right, so like I said, we're just going to brown this meat. Then we are going to, in the blender, puree the tomatoes and reduce it down. So happy eating, P90X style. So I just want to get real. I know that a lot of times people who are committing to the P90X Nutrition Guide have concerns about their family. And the bottom line is, you can very much make family-friendly meals without having to, make weird food or stuff that your kids wouldn't eat. Here's a perfect example. I like to make the sauce fresh. That way I can control the calorie and the fat intake. And so I just use the diced tomatoes and I'm going to puree them so that, for the first part, my kids don't like chunky tomatoes in their salsa for their bolognese sauce, but then also I get to control and limit the sodium and just use plain tomatoes. Okay?
Puree away.
The tomatoes are pureed, the meat is browned. Now I'm just going to add it in and let it boil down and reduce. Right now it's a really thin sauce, so it's going to need a little bit of time to reduce down to a thicker sauce, and so the water will evaporate from it.
So how long do you think that'll take? Because I'm hungry.
It takes about, well, we're starting at 3:55 right after school, so it's probably going to take about an hour to an hour and a half.
Okay.
You can see whether you like the thickness of the tomato sauce. The best part, though, is just you can also make a huge batch of it and freeze it in little smaller sizes, so you always have a family serving of bolognese sauce to go.
And then we're going to take this and put it over what?
Whole wheat pasta.
Whole wheat pasta. And you can make this with regular beef, with turkey, I suppose.
Yeah,
with anything,
you make
right?
it with ground turkey or lean ground beef. Either way.
So this is going to make how many meals, do you think?
Oh, this will easily make our full family of 4 meal tonight, as well as leave sauce left over for another.
And how much do you think this costs?
Oh, this, well, I want to be clear that I use organic. I use organic tomatoes. I use free-range beef. So it probably costs about $8.
$8 for this right here?
To make the sauce. And then the whole grain pasta is really inexpensive. You know, you can buy a bag of that for $1 or $2, and
Right.
it'll make you.
So for about $10, you can put together, 5 or 6 servings.
I think you can put together about 12 servings for your family.
So there you go, the P90X Nutrition Guide for $1 a serving. All right, here's our finished product. A little whole wheat pasta with some meat in it. Nice, pretty well balanced meal here. These are what the kids are having. I tend to avoid grain-based carbs. That's kind of a Primal Blueprint thing. If you're wondering why I do that, Google the Primal Blueprint and I'll explain why. So what I did is, I know this looks like carrot sticks, but it's actually sweet potatoes. So took some sweet potatoes, put the same sauce that we're using for the kids over those. I'll do this with broccoli, cauliflower. Those are kind of the main ones. Didn't have either of those tonight, so I'm going to try it with the sweet potatoes here, which actually tastes pretty good. I know it sounds kind of funny, but it's how I eat, and it's actually pretty good.